Welcome to the ISEB CE 13 Plus Science Physics lesson number 13 on space. So let's get to the marks. Here we have a galaxy. This is called a spiral galaxy. You can see from its shape it's in a spiral formation. And this is actually the galaxy where you are right now. Do you know the name of that galaxy? It's the Milky Way. And our star lies on one of the outer arms. You might be able to see that little orange dot there. It's on the Orion arm, and that is our sun right there. And the planet Earth is right there too. Can you name the 8 planets in our solar system? You might want to pause the video and give it a go. There's many mnemonics for helping you remember. My very elderly mother just served us nachos. That's one of the ways of remembering the planets. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. But what is the star at the centre of our solar system called? It's that burning ball of hydrogen gas there, the sun. Look at this beautiful picture. The sun appears to move through the sky. But is it actually moving through the sky? Look at this night setting. The stars appear to move across the sky. But really the sun and the stars are not moving relative to the Earth's position. So why is it they appear like they're moving? It's actually the Earth that's hurtling through space at a tremendous speed. And this gives the impression of the stars and the sun moving across our sky. One of the ways that the Earth moves in space is that it rotates or spins around its axis. This means that at any time, half of the Earth is receiving sunlight, the other half is bathed in shadow. We call this day and night. How long does it take for the Earth to spin once on its axis? Another way that the Earth moves in space is that the Earth orbits the Sun. And we call the path that planets take around the Sun orbits. And they're shown here by these imaginary circular lines. You can see the different planets are moving on different orbits around the Sun, but most of these are circular. Let's focus on the Earth's orbit. Here we see the Earth orbiting the Sun, but how long does it take? We also notice that the Moon is orbiting the Earth. Here we can see the different seasons that we experience on Earth: winter, summer, autumn and spring. But why does the Earth have seasons? Not all planets have seasons. Here you can see the seasons: winter, summer, autumn and spring. We experience these on the Earth, but not every planet has seasons. What is it that makes the Earth have seasons? Look here, the Earth is leaning across its axis, the red line. And in fact, in the summer, the Earth is leaning towards the sun and so receives a greater amount of sunlight. In the summer, we have longer days because of this, and the sun appears high in the sky. In the winter, shown here with the date the 22nd of December, we see the Earth is leaning away from the sun. It's tilted away on its axis. And here we get less sunlight, and the days are shorter, and the sun is lower in the sky. Not all planets have seasons. Venus has a tilt of only 3 degrees compared to the Earth's 23.5 degree tilt. Now this is interesting. What can we see here, and what do we call this phenomenon? This is a solar eclipse. The moon has moved in front of the sun and is blocking the light from reaching the Earth. We call this a total solar eclipse. But is this the only type of eclipse? If the moon orbits the Earth, then at some times it is on the other side of the Earth, and the Earth blocks the sunlight from reaching the moon. and we call this a lunar eclipse. You can see here that the moon is in the shadow of the Earth and is not receiving any sunlight. In this situation, called a lunar eclipse, the moon would not be visible. Okay, let's look a little bit closer at the moon's orbit around the Earth. The moon takes 28 days to orbit the Earth. It orbits the Earth in a similar way that the Earth orbits the Sun. In fact, the word moon and the word month are quite similar, and that's because the word month derives from the word moon. Months used to be measured in orbits of the moon. Now, let's look at some other satellites. The moon is a natural satellite, but here we can see an artificial satellite. They have many uses. Can you think of any of the uses humans have for artificial satellites? Have you ever got lost, or have you ever wanted to know your location, or the location of a shop or a restaurant? You may have used Google Maps. This is an example of a global positioning satellite. So satellites are used for GPS. Do you have a satellite receiving dish on the side of your house or your apartment? If so, then your television is receiving information from a satellite. Some countries even use satellites to spy on other countries. Satellites can be used to predict the weather and used in general for communication. Artificial satellites don't just orbit the Earth. We've been using artificial satellites to explore the solar system too. Artificial satellites have orbited Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and other planets. We've even had satellites leave the solar system, and these are sending information back about space and the origins of our solar system. Okay, thanks for watching the video, guys. All of my videos on the ISEB follow the specification and so contain content that will be coming up in your ISEB exam. So subscribe, like, follow my channel, and I'm going to come up with all the content you need to pass those 13 plus exams. Now we're going to finish the video with a set of questions on space. These are taken from old ISEB 13 plus exams. They're quite easy and they're multiple choice. But have a go, pause the video when they come up and see how you do. Okay, here we go. Pause the video, guys. Okay, how did you get on? Well, here are the answers. Now, when you real ISEB, you'll get some trickier questions and some written questions, but this is just a good way to finish by testing a little bit of your knowledge with some multiple choice. All right, take care, and don't forget, let's get to the marks.